In this example, you'll see the words percent increase. This is like a percent profit. To give you a quick example of what I'm talking about, let's say today you have $10. I think I misspelled tomorrow. I did. It's one of those two. It's going to be $15. The question is, first question is, what's the increase? Well, as you can tell, you go from 10 to 15, increase by $5. The real question is going to be, what's the percent increase? So here's how it works. You got $10, it increased by $5. That means that you increased by half of what you had. Half of what you had as a percent is a 50% increase. So if you take 50% of $10, you get 5. That's how much you increased by. Now this little formula right here tends to summarize that a little bit better than what I may have. Amount of increase over the original amount, and then convert that to a percent. It also can be thought of as the difference divided by the original, if you want to simplify what you're doing. And then there's always my formula. Of course, you know I gotta make up my own stuff. New minus old over old. That's how I look at it, absolute value. So let's do this one. I actually prefer this method, but I'll show you what I mean by new minus old over old. Friday, the attendance was 285. Saturday, the attendance was 333. That was an increase. So let's find the percent increase. The difference in those two is 333 minus 285. And then find the percent. You always divide by what you started with, the original amount. The original amount is 285. Always divide by the original amount. And so 285 stays on the bottom. 333 minus 285 looks like it's probably 48 to me. Now I'm going to convert that to a decimal, and then I'm going to change that to percent. And so as a decimal, I'm going to let's do this. Decimal to the nearest thousandths place is 0.168. And then as a percent, I'm moving it 2 places to the right. You get 16.8%. So anytime you see a percent increase, use this. It is not a proportion problem. Percent increase and percent decrease are not proportions. Now this new minus over old is like this. The newest value is 333. That's that one. The old value is 285, that's what you started with. That's that one and that one. New minus old over old. Use it if you want to. This is a decrease. Started with 20,145 and it decreased down to 18,430. Now if I use new minus old over old, I gotta use absolute value bars because we're gonna get a negative answer because of the decrease. So just keep that in mind. I'm just gonna do the difference divided by the original amount. Now the difference is 20,145 minus 18,430. We're going to divide by the original amount. The original amount is 20,145. The reason why it is that, because it's the larger number. In a decrease, the larger number is your original amount. So when you take 20,145 minus 18,430, you get 1715. And let's divide that by 20,145. And you get 0.085. As a percent, you move it 2 places to the right, you get 8.5%. And that's how you do percent increase and percent decrease. They have their own little formulas. Whichever one you use is completely up to you. but do not use proportions.